So, hi world, it's me, Denny Daniel, and I'm here with
Ashley.
Max.
Alex.
and they came all the way from New York to see the Museum of Interesting Things. They had, I think, about 12 false starts. Did we have? I think it was about 12 or 20 false starts. That Ashley was like, I can't come in because he got sick. I can't come in because I got sick. Because I can't come in because we had to reschedule. So finally, they made it down after 25 tries. And now they're here and they saw the entire museum. It took them about a week. They slept over. It's kind of like night at the museum. And now they're going to each open up a new acquisition never seen before by any human in the face of the world or the society or in history. Now I do this like a 42nd Street shell game, which I'm born and raised in New York, and I actually remember 42nd Street shell games where they would have 3 shells, and one of the shells had a quarter under it. And the guy would mix up the shells, and you had to guess which one had the quarter, and you would win something. Now the only difference here is I don't have 3 shells. There isn't a quarter under any of these boxes, and you win nothing. So it's not really very similar. Except for one thing. I do mix up the boxes. So this is me mixing up the boxes right before your very eyes. I am mixing up the boxes. Are you guys confused? Are you guys confused?
Yeah.
Good, because otherwise I would have to do this all day long. And then you would actually catch that truck with the hair makeup. Okay, so pick a box to open, any box. Who wants to start?
Ashley.
I'll get the white one.
The white one, there you go. And then, which box do you want?
I guess I'll
Who's
take
next?
the manila
The
envelope.
vanilla? Okay, and then I guess
I'm
you're
not
picking
sure
that
which
one.
one I want.
What do you think? Okay, and I've got scissors for you guys. So we'll give you the cute little blue ones. I like those. And then we'll give you that one. And then we'll give you the red one because it's Halloween. Okay, and go for it all together.
Can I just cut across the top of this one?
That would be smart.
Okay.
Just don't cut yourselves, each other, or me. But if you do cut yourselves, me, or each other, I do have this about 200-year-old bleeder that I can cure you with that would give you 12 cuts at one time in a split second.
It's efficient.
Yes, so go ahead, cut yourselves. I'll cure you right away. It's part of our quack medical department. It looks like you may have a film there.
Can I get this back too?
Yes, just be careful cutting
Yeah.
the film. Do you hear the Mission Impossible theme as you're cutting? I know I'm going to be sued for thought crime now.
Record?
Ah, you've opened a record. Let's take a look at what record. Oh, I actually can recognize it from here. This is a very, if I'm correct, this is an earth-shattering record. I'm in denial about glasses, so there's nothing on my face, right? Good answer. Okay, so let's see what this one is. It's true. This is the one. This is a radio program called Here's to the Veterans. It's done by the Veterans Administration. Each program, they would often have a special guest for the veterans on this radio show. This one's the Beatles.
Oh, nice.
How cool is that? The Beatles were on the veteran. I'm a big Beatles fan. I had no clue they were ever on veterans radio. But yes, and you'll see on the back, there were some other artists. The Phil Harris show, Vintage Radio. So Phil Harris must have done vintage radio, although this is vintage to us. Like, that was modern to them. But yeah, this is Veterans Radio, and I guess it was from the early 60s, because it's so early that the Beatles were on it.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Yes, like Good Morning Vietnam, one of my favorite movies in the world.
It's a great one.
Whenever somebody's falling asleep at a red light and it turns green in New York, I scream out the window, "Good morning, Vietnam!" to wake them up and get them to move forward in a New York minute. So let's see what we got here as far as the films. Oh, this is great. This is a cartoon that's a sing-along. Let me pronounce it correctly, the Philharmoniacs from 1953. We show 16mm films at the Speakeasy every month. And so I show all sorts of fun historic films. The bouncing ball sing-alongs are some of my favorite. They actually have a bouncing ball, and you'd sing along to these, like, classic songs. So these are like a whole bunch of classic songs. So that's a very cool one. And when I put up the YouTube, I'll see if I can find what song titles there were on these. But I've got probably almost 100 of these,
wow.
you know, of these Bouncing Ball sing-alongs on original 16mm film. So that's a very cool one. And ironically, you're a musician.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is perfect for you. Yeah, you
why I
opened up a
chose it.
Bouncing Ball sing-along, so
Yeah.
clearly the package kind of chose you, and you chose the package.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just like the Dalai Lama.
yes, exactly. That's how it works. And funny enough, 80% of our packages that happens. People open up items that are ironic to their personality. So I wonder why you opened up the Beatles.
I'm a
album.
Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, clearly you must be. you look good for your age. And so, what did you open up?
I got the license book.
Oh my God! This is. Oh, you opened up two things, and I know this guy. He was very cool. So this is how to prepare for your driver's. Do you have a driver's license? You're kidding, you don't.
That's
This
very
is
ironic.
perfect for you because this teaches you everything you need to know about cars and being a chauffeur. So when you get your driver's license, you need to read this book so you can get your driver's license. Right? That is so funny that you would open that.
That one is
Again,
funny.
the irony, and of course, you know, your driver's license. Then you can also drive the train, the little red caboose, the little engine that could, which was my childhood book. I got this is kind of partially for the museum and partially for me, because that book my sister used to read to me every day. I tortured her every day to read this 1,000 times, so I had to buy it on the record too. So that's kind of a cool one. And then she also opened up one of my favorite records. It's one of those teaching records on how to use a clock, the clock that went tick-tock. And isn't that the greatest cover?
Yeah.
That's a really cool
It's
cover.
in good condition.
Yeah. What do you do? Did I ask what you did?
No, I'm a banker.
You're a banker?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Nothing to do with these. But as far as your driver's license, it
Yeah.
does have to do with that. I'll have to show you some of the mathematical tools we have here. As a banker,
Oh,
I'll show you my calculator.
She's also very particular about time. Like if
Is
I
she?
show up late, that's a
Yeah? Ah, so that's the irony here. Okay,
You're
so
just
now...
joking around with it. You're just laying on the clock.
So this is perfect. Oh, okay. Now we got the irony here. So it all works for the chauffeur's license. So after this, you're gonna you get a license to drive just for owning this. You can go to DMV and tell them you got this book.
Might be a little dangerous.
Just a little bit, yeah. Let me know when you go out to drive so I
Yeah.
can stay away. Well, we're gonna say goodbye to the world over here. Goodbye, world.